Today we will continue to practice simplifying algebraic expressions, focusing on expressions with two different variables. So let's get started. In this first example, we have 8a minus the quantity negative 3b plus 7 plus 2 times the quantity 4a minus 5. We'll continue to follow PEMDAS. We'll do the expressions within parentheses first. So we have negative 3b plus 7 in the first parentheses. There's nothing we can do here to simplify. And in the second parentheses, we have 4a minus 5. Once again, we cannot simplify that down any further. Next is exponents or powers. There are no exponents or powers we need to deal with here. And then we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. So I'll write down the 8a. We will not do anything with that term yet. And now we're multiplying everything by negative 1. So again, we may not see that coefficient, but this is negative 1. So when I multiply by a negative, I'm going to go ahead and say plus, and then I'll multiply by negative 1 times negative 3b plus, and again, that negative 1 times 7. We are distributing this negative 1 to both terms within the parentheses. Then we're going to do the same thing with this 2. We're going to distribute it to both terms within this set of parentheses. So that's going to give us plus 2 times 4a. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the subtraction here, minus, and then write 2 times 5. You could also write this as plus 2 times negative 5. Because subtraction is addition of the negative. Now we'll do these multiplications. So once again, we have 8a plus negative 1 times negative 3. That's going to be a positive number, positive 3. So plus 3b. Now we have negative 1 times 7. Positive times a negative will give a negative. So that's negative or minus 7. And then 2 times 4a is plus 8a. And minus 10. Or plus a negative 10. We're done with multiplication and division. We'll now add and subtract from left to right. And here we're going to be combining like terms. So 8a plus 8a is 16a. We only have one b term, so we have plus 3b. And then negative 7 plus a negative 10, or negative 7 minus 10, is negative 17. So our answer is 16a plus 3b minus 17. In this second problem, we are adding fractions to the mix, but again, we'll do everything the exact same way we've done before. First step is to simplify what's in parentheses first. So in this first parentheses, we have 10x minus y. We cannot simplify that down any further without additional information on x and y, knowing those values. But in this second expression, we have negative 31x plus 4 plus 3x. Now negative 31x and 3x, those are like terms. And we can combine those with addition. We can combine the like terms and simplify down that expression within the second parentheses. So we have negative 1/2 times 10x minus y plus 1/4 times, so negative 31x plus 3x is negative 28x plus 4, and then plus 2. So now we cannot simplify down what's in the parentheses any further. No powers, no exponents. So now we'll multiply and divide from left to right. We use the distributive property to multiply negative 1/2 times the quantity 10x minus y. So that's negative 1/2 times 10x. I'll go ahead and convert this to addition, so we'll have plus negative 1/2 times negative y. So we've distributed the negative 1/2 to both terms. And then we'll have plus 1/4 times negative 28x plus 1/4 times 4, and then plus 2. So negative 1/2 times 10, that's negative 5x. Then here we have negative 1/2 times negative y, so negative times a negative is a positive, so this is plus 1/2 y. So this is negative 28 divided by 4, so negative 28 divided by 4 is 7, negative 7x. And then we have 4 divided by 4, that's 1, and then plus the 2 at the end. So we're done with multiplication and division. We will now add and subtract from left to right by combining like terms. So negative 5x minus 7x, or negative 5x plus a negative 7x, that's negative 12x. Plus 1/2 y, there are no other terms that just have y in it. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. Now let's look at a few examples where we will use this skill of simplifying algebraic expressions. So we have this figure here, and we have a rectangle with a length of 7 feet and a width of 2x minus 3 feet. And then on top of it, I have another rectangle, and it's lined up with the first rectangle, so its length is also 7 feet. And its width is x plus 1. So now let's write an expression for the area of the entire figure. And we can do this in a couple of different ways. So the first way I'm going to do it is we're going to write an expression for the blue box. And then we're going to write an expression for the yellow box. And we're going to add those together. Okay, so for the blue box, again, area is length times width. So the length is 7 feet, and the width is 2x minus 3. So there we have an expression for the area of the blue box. For the yellow box, again, its length is also still 7 feet, and its width is x plus 1. So an expression for the entire figure, the blue box plus the yellow box, is going to be 7 times 2x minus 3 plus 7 times x plus 1. The blue and the yellow box combined. We're going to add the blue and the yellow box together. Now we'll simplify this down. And we have 14x minus 21 plus 7x plus 7. And then combined like terms will give us 21x minus 14. Now a second way of doing this, instead of viewing these as two separate boxes and adding them together, we can determine the width of the two boxes together. So we're going to add the two widths together first. So we have x plus 1 plus 2x minus 3. So the width of the blue box plus the width of the yellow box. Combine these like terms. We have 3x minus 2. So now the width of the two boxes combined is 3x minus 2. The length is still 7, so we have 7 times 3x minus 2. And then we multiply that, and we get 21x minus 14. And we end up with the same answer. In this second problem, once again, we have a blue box, and on top of this blue box are two yellow triangles. So let's start by finding the area of this blue box. I'll call the box. And once again, the area is the length, which is 10, times the width, which is 3x minus y. And then for the triangle, as a reminder, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Now the length of this rectangle was 10 meters. And this rectangle is kind of cut in half by this triangle. So the base of the triangle, of both triangles, is 5. And then the height, or width, is 2x minus 3y. So the area of one of those triangles is 1/2. The base, which is 5, times the height, 2x minus 3y. And we can go ahead and simplify this down a little further. So 1/2 times 5, that's 5/2, times 2x minus 3y. So the area of one of those triangles is 5/2, 2x minus 3y. So now let's put this all together. We have the box, so 10 times 3x minus y. And then we have two triangles. So each triangle is 5/2 times 2x minus 3y, but we have two of those. So we'll go 2 times 5/2 times the quantity 2x minus 3y. And close those parentheses. So we'll go ahead and multiply. 10 times 3x is 30x. And then 10 times a negative y will give us negative 10y. Plus, now the first step in this multiplication, we have 2 times 5/2 times 2x minus 3y. So let's multiply 2 times 5/2 first. 2 times 5/2 is 5. And then we have 2x minus 3y. And then we'll continue with this multiplication. So 30x minus 10y plus 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times negative 3y is negative 15y. So we're done with multiplication and division. And now we'll add and subtract by combining like terms. 30x plus 10x is 40x. Minus 10y minus 15y is minus 25y. A great way to learn is to practice on your own. We will discuss in a bit, but go ahead and pause your screen and do these 3 problems. For this first problem, it is possible to simplify the expression in the first parentheses. So 3x minus x can be combined to 2x. That leaves us with 2x plus 2y. We then distribute the negative 7, giving us negative 14x minus 14y. And then in the second term, we have 3 times the quantity y plus x. And that gives us 3y plus 3x. We then combine like terms, leaving us with negative 11x minus 11y. In the second problem, nothing within these parentheses can be simplified down further. So we'll go ahead and do multiplication. Distributing this 3 to the quantity x minus 2y plus 5. And then distributing negative 2 to the quantity negative x minus y. And this ultimately simplifies down to 5x minus 4y plus 15. And then finally, finding the area of this figure. We'll look first at the area of that blue box, this rectangle. We have a length of 4 and a width of 5x plus 2y. So the area will be 4 times the quantity 5x plus 2y, length times width. With the triangle, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. The base in this case is the same as that length of the rectangle. It'll be 4 because it extends the entire length of the rectangle. And then the height is 5x minus 2y. And then that whole quantity is multiplied by 1/2. So the area of the figure is going to be the rectangle plus the triangle. And that's what we have in this expression right here. So this first line here is an expression for the area of the figure on the left. 1/2 times the quantity 4 times 5x minus 2y plus 4 times the quantity 5x plus 2y. This is an expression for that area. We're now going to simplify that down via multiplication. So 1/2 times 4 is going to give us 2. We'll distribute the 2 to the quantity 5x minus 2y. And then we have 4 times the quantity 5x plus 2y. This results in 30x plus 4y. Continue practicing simplifying expressions, and I'll see you in the next video.